I love saying these words. It's race day in Indianapolis. Front row, Bubba and Briscoe. Here we go in the Brickyard 400.
By 2 here.
So to your point, yeah, they're driving the cars, trying to make sure that they can put less fuel in when the stop comes. Oh, we got a car around the one of Chastain. Wow, hard damage.
Y'all good?
Wonder what happened here. This had to be a disagreement of some sort.
The right
at the end
front
of the straightaway.
down, the right front splitter, fender damage. Tail, right rear corner of the tail. Jack lid.
Joey Logano restarting front row. Here's 22 audio.
Stay out, stay out, stay out, stay out. Okay. Don't worry, you were 3-4 tenths faster than the guys in front of you and you couldn't pass them, so just take the clean air and drive off.
Paul Wolfe is the Mad Hatter a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get this restart underway. First goal, keep that track position, then we can figure out exactly what the strategy is. I have an idea, but first goal is keep the track position.
Yeah, Junior, they've told Chase Briscoe and Bubba Wallace, listen, the 2 and the 22 are starting to push the pace a little bit, so they have been able to match it here. When I talked to Charles tonight, the crew chief for Bubba Wallace this morning, he said, we have the best speed for this race that we've had maybe since Miami. Back in March, he said, I feel so confident about the 23 car and what we can do today. And Junior, they had his first ever top 10 at Dover last week. He said that was such a shot in the arm for us because that's a racetrack where Bubba has struggled in the past. For us to get a top 10 and then come through and be better in the race throughout the race was really important for us coming into Indy.
This is a little dress rehearsal. This is what at the end of every stage is going to look like.
I will say these points, though, big for William Byron as well. And the reason stage points are big for him, because he wants that regular season championship. He lost the lead last week to Chase Elliott, but helping himself here today.
And look at the running order. We've talked a lot about Wallace, Byron, and Reddick, but how about Busher? How about Kyle Busch and Hocevar? I mean, just Martin or Dillon there in 9th. Just a lot of guys that are having very good runs so far.
A couple of guys inside the top 10 that have won a Brickyard 400, Busch and Larson. Here we come back to the green and white checkered flag. Stage 1 done in Indianapolis, and it's going to be Chase Briscoe who wins it after starting on the pole. The pylon right now is a nice snapshot of what is the Brickyard 400. Ready for stage 2. Preece and Bowman getting us going at Indy, and already they're jockeying for position.
Yeah, another odd restart. We got some contact back in the pack. Looks like the 47 has some damage.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got his best run here a season ago, but he's got problems. Preece jumps to the race lead inside of Bowman. Here's Marty on William Byron.
Yeah, I love this debate, Adam. I checked in with Rudy Fugel, Steve. He said they are not quite full on the 24 car, but they're close enough. Meanwhile, Carson Hocevar is 2 seconds behind William Byron. They have not taken left sides this entire race. Back-to-back right side tire stops for Carson Hocevar, who sits in 3rd. I asked Luke Lambert, worried about that at all? He said, not really right now, but how long can they push that, Steve? And then we'll go all the way back to Bubba Wallace in 4th, 3 seconds off the lead right now. I checked in with Charles tonight. They are full of fuel on the 23 car. So really the first car with 4 tires on that last stop and completely full of fuel. How will that play an advantage for Bubba Wallace when these next stops come up, Steve?
Oh, we got a problem with the leader, the 2. The 2's got a tire going down. The right rear is flat on Cinder's car on the front straightaway here into turn 1. A long way around this racetrack, Steve.
And the 5's trying to get by in case the yellow comes out. He's unlapped himself.
And also Justin Haley goes by. He gets back on the lead lap. Race leader having problems in the Brickyard 400. It's Austin Cindric.
See all the cars going by, unlapping themselves. Will the tire carcass stay on the 2 or will it go on the racetrack? And who jumps to pit road? Oh, right there, it's coming apart. If I can get to pit road, I'm coming right now. This is disastrous for Cindric. Who else tries to come to pit road? Still under green.
2 cautions today, 1 for incident, 1 for the ending of stage 1. Could we get another right here?
The 22 Logano has got to be thinking coming to pit road. He does. He peels left. Another car, that's 17 of Buscher, all thinking this is going to bring out a yellow. You got to be right on top of it. Bring in your get. Buscher on, Gibbs on. It is a frenzy to get the pit road in case the yellow comes out.
I was just watching that green light because you commit. You want to make sure you get there in time. Here's the 22, Alan, as his teammate has problems.
Joey Logano trying to take advantage of his teammate's misfortune. He says this run was so much better than the last one. Maybe a little still too free, but they're going to make an adjustment, try to tighten him up. The team wasn't sure how much they could give him. We're going to try to tighten him up, Marty.
You see in the pylon when these drivers out front made their last pit stop, everything is cycled around. Bubba Wallace now in control of this race. He's one of those drivers yet to come under green. As we come back here covering the Brickyard 400 on TNT, Dale, congratulations to you and your group. Yesterday, Junior.
Oh, we got the car on the wall. Right front tires down on the 43.
Third caution of the day, second for incident. Trying to give you some praise, and Eric Jones not cooperating.
There's so much going on. Huge damage to the right front.
I'm coming to you, but
So the right rear's up.
4 to go, second stage, Brickyard 400, 2 Fords out front, Blaney and Keselowski.
Much cleaner start than the last time when we had to stack up everybody up through the gears, the snake down the front stretch. Big move by Josh Berry back there in that light blue car. Brad Kay is fighting tight from the outside.
Like Byron was dancing around there.
Yeah, the 24 got really loose now to his insides. His teammate, the 5. Larson's going to go by. The 24's got an issue. Still battling the back of that race car through turns 2.
Look at the guys running second and third. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin finding their way to the front.
Looking like a stage win for the 12 car as they motor off of turn 4 and onto the front straightaway.
Blaney, a NASCAR champion, won earlier this season in Nashville. And this time around, he's going to see the green and white checkered flag ending stage 2. 5th stage win of the year for Blaney. That's third most. And the first time he's done it here at Indianapolis. Larson second, Hamlin third. Big points for Byron in 4th. 2 drivers that know how to deliver in big time situations. Final run, Brickyard 400.
green, green.
Green again at Indianapolis. You hopping out of line, looking for something to happen.
Oh, 5 up the track a little bit. That drives Denny up the track. He has to jump out of the gas.
Byron peeking into 2.
Now let's see what the leaders do. I think they're in the window. 42 to go. I think you're going to have to hit pit road. Larson, Hamlin, and Byron. One of these 3 is going to pit. They just can't stay on the racetrack. These 2 go to the wall. How about Byron in 3rd? Does Byron peel off? He does. Byron peels to the left. You see him top right of your screen. William Byron onto pit road. Here it is. The big move for the 24. One of the first leaders on pit road will check his stop. Remember, upper left. Upper left is the track map. We're looking at that 5. The dark blue dot is the 5. That is the race leader. That's who you want to compare Byron to off pit road. But the most important thing for Byron here is clean stop, no mistakes, must be full of fuel, Marty.
Kyle Larson and crew chief Cliff Daniels said the best part of their team is their ability to adapt this strategy that's happening right now. They're going to wait, give him 2 tires, and he says, wait for me. Cliff Daniels says, wait for me to give you the cue to leave. Waiting, waiting, waiting. They're going around. They're actually putting 4 tires on the 5. Letting them go, Marty.
Keep an eye on the left-hand side of your screen. Let's see where William Byron comes out with a teammate, Kyle Larson. Carson Hocevar also pitting right here. They were going to wait on fuel. They told him, we are not going to wait now. They had a little bit of a lap advantage. And now watch the blend, Adam.
The battle now is just this car behind it, another bright car. This Chumba Casino ride from Bubba Wallace, it is running some great laps.
Alan, what about the driver behind the wheel of the 22?
Well, they're telling him to go hard right now. They have not told him to start saving fuel or anything. They wanted this cycle to play itself out. That's the only instruction on the radio. Again, pretty early, pretty aggressive on this fuel strategy call, but they're saying right now, we can go hard with it, Marty.
Alan, Adam, they've reminded Bubba Wallace a couple of times, you have a tire advantage over the 22, and there's still 32 laps to go in this race.
Better than the crossings. You told me you need a whole dozen of golf balls after Friday afternoon.
Oh, look at this.
22, right rear down. Dale, you talk about getting aggressive. The race leader, well, technically not the race leader, but the leader on fuel has now had a flat right rear tire.
Another Penske car as well.
Man.
Cindric earlier was leading, and now the guy that was the leader in the cycle, once everything came through, Joey Logano, tire problem, under green, 26 laps to go. Bubba out front by 4.5 seconds over Larson, Marty.
And Adam, just think of what's right in front of Bubba Wallace. There has been no driver in the next-gen era that has been on the playoff bubble 16th or 17th in the standings more than Bubba Wallace. And here he sits, not only looking at a possible Brickyard 400 win with 11 laps to go, coming to 10 laps to go, but also a berth into the playoffs. Steve, I can't imagine what he's feeling right now. All the pressure, all the talk about the playoffs would be off if he can finish these final 10 laps, and also he would get to celebrate a Brickyard 400 win.
Trying to do everything they can to run the lap time they can, but also have the fuel they need to get to the finish line and get tons of instruction from the pits, from the war rooms back home on how much throttle to use, how hard to push these cars.
Oh, the yellow's out.
Caution,
wow.
6 laps to go. Wow.
Stay hard here, stay hard.
Some rain in turn 1, we're being told. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Today, the 29th running of the Brickyard 400. Jeff Gordon, 5 wins in this crown jewel race. And today, the finish will come in overtime. The red flag has been lifted. We're back under caution. We've dried the track, and now the question of what's next. Do you pit, do you not pit, and what happens on this restart?
Well, I think the front 3, 4, probably even 5 rows are committed. Now, I will say, you know, if we get 2 or 3 or 4 overtimes, if you're the first car to pit, you can cycle your way up and be in good position. So I think, I don't know, 12th or 13th back is probably going to come to pit road for sure.
The extra period in the Brickyard, presented by Credit One Bank. Bubba Wallace in control, Larson to his right. Here we go with OT number 1 in Indy.
Bubba gets a great launch. The 5's getting a push though to get drawn right up inside on the outside even.
5 got a great arc into turn 1. Will that work? Will the momentum carry him off turn 2? I think he's going to have a chance.
Kyle Larson is there coming off of turn 2, but Bubba Wallace jumps out in front. 23 to the lead.
Larson won't be able to do the crossover down the back straightaway.
Calm behind, surprisingly pretty calm for the front 10. You see Blaney jump out of line, but it's Larson and Bubba.
Oh, he got a crash in the back.
There it is. There's the big wreck we're looking for, the yellow out.
Zane Smith.
45 though, and the 22. Several cars getting damaged.
Keep saving hard here. We're obviously not in a good spot on fuel. At a minimum, we got to get to when pit road is open.
At a minimum, Steve, he said we have to get to when pit road's open. And I think Denike's issue now is he's worried that Bubba Wallace may not be able to make it back around until pit road is open. They also told William Byron, very high chance we're going to have to pit as well. So that will be first and third that feel like they have to pit before the second overtime, if that comes to fruition.
This time the launch is really even between the 23 and the 5. Side by side, door to door, down into turn 1.
Missed the corner.
Wiggle right there with Larson.
Bubba Wallace gets it done again. 23 out front off of turn 2.
Will we stay green? Do they have the fuel? Those are the big questions.
If they can get back around to the white flag, the next flag will win the race. And they're getting aggressive in the back of the pack, down the back straightaway, into turn 3. Bubba Wallace leading.
Oh, we got a couple of cars up the racetrack. So far, all good. Coming back down the track now into turn 4.
Bubba Wallace will lead off 4, coming to the white flag. He needs 2.5 miles worth of Sunoco fuel.
White flag is out. Next flag ends at 1 lap to go for Bubba Wallace. Larson not going away.
Sergeant.
Larson with a bit of momentum down the back straightaway. It's not going to be enough.
Does Bubba Wallace have enough fuel?
Hamlin is around Byron for third.
Byron's out of fuel, Steve.
24's out. Will the 23 make it? They were both so close.
Here they come off of turn 4. The Brickyard belongs to Bubba. Wallace wins at Indy, and he's going to the playoffs. Always got a chip on his shoulder, you know it? He's a father. His mindset has changed. And I go back to Michael Jordan at Daytona prior to that first year of competition for 2311. He said our expectation is to win races, win championships. And they continue to deliver.
Was so good here last year. Came here this year trying to find the same speed that they showed in 2024, and Bubba Wallace said it on the front row. Disappointed a little bit that he didn't get that pole at Indy, but he walks away with the checker flag, opportunity to kiss the bricks. Forever a Brickyard 400 winner.
Here's Marty Snyder.
What a celebration in front of the 2311 race team. 5 to go in the regular season, and what a time to get your first ever Crown Jewel win for Bubba Wallace. Adam, you said it. They can't take this one away. He'll forever be a Brickyard 400 champion and a winner at Indianapolis.